Have you met yourself? Do you know who you are? Do you have this rock solid sense of identity? Believe it or not, according to Google, a whole lot of people don't. And I mean a lot. Believe it or not, according to them, that was actually a major search term. I don't remember exactly. It was like on their top 100. I don't remember exactly where it ranked, but it was pretty high. I don't know why you would search that in Google of all places. I don't well, I don't know. Maybe Google does know you better than you know yourself, especially with all the identification stuff they got going. But anyway, but seriously, seriously, I want to talk. Right now in society, we live in one of the most fake plastic type societies I've ever seen. And I feel like we hear this a lot, but I really mean it. I see this all the time. I mean, all throughout the culture, all through the media and stuff, they're all telling all of us people, regardless of where we're from or who we are, that the person we should be is we should fit ourselves into this nice plastic cookie cutter mold, right? And if we don't fit into this nice plastic cookie cutter mold, you're nothing and you're worthless. Well, nobody wants to be nothing or worthless, right? I mean, literally nobody. So what do? We all try to fit ourselves into this nice little manicured plastic cookie cutter mold, which, by the way, hardly anybody does, just so you know, like nobody. And when I talk about the mold, it's anything. It's with our income, our finances, the way we look, the way our vehicles look, the way our houses look, everything. Everything is supposed to fit in this mold. And what's happened is, and this is exactly, believe it or not, why I think a lot of people don't understand who they are. I think we've literally lost ourselves in this pursuit of something we don't even know what we're pursuing. In this pursuit of fitting into this cookie cutter mold. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's literally causing people to be like, I don't fit in this. Of course you don't. You're an individual. You're not supposed to fit in a plastic mold. But I think what's going on with a lot of people is they're like, I can't fit into this mold, and this is who I'm supposed to be. So now we created a disconnect. Who am I? Because I don't want to be the worthless person on the other hand, right? But I don't fit in this, so who am I? What? I think that's what's going on. I'm serious. I think literally our very identities, I mean, who we are as people, our very person is being stolen. Call 911 and report a robbery. I'm serious. You've been robbed. Your very identity has been stolen from you. The worst part is most of us don't even realize that even happened. Look, a lot could be said on this subject, and I probably will talk a lot more about this type thing, but seriously, look, I want you to be very, very, very careful. I'm going to leave you with something I read in the Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis. Now, if you guys remember, it's literally a fictitious exchange of letters between a new tempter demon. Yeah, seriously, he's learning how to tempt other people, and he's being advised by his uncle Screwtape. And the whole thing is a parody on what not to do. But there's a very interesting point in the appendice where Screwtape addresses a banquet, literally a banquet in the underworld, and he says, do you know how we're able to tempt the mass now? He says we can tempt the mass now because we stole individuality from them. He says in the old days, we actually had to go and we had to go and tempt them all to sin individually and tempt them away from God and the truth. Now we don't have to do that because what do we say? I'm as good as you. He says we put everybody as equal, right? He says, and now that everybody's equal, what we really mean is, I have no brain, I have no life or person or identity. And therefore, he said, instead of having to tempt each person individually, we can just go for the whole mass. I mean, do you see what he's saying? Like, he literally talked about saying, what we did is we suppressed a taste for classical music in young people who probably would have enjoyed it, not because they don't enjoy it, but because it's not what society says you should. We tell them what to listen to, what to wear. Do you see what Lewis was writing about there? I mean, the whole thing is a parody. Don't take it too seriously. But that's literally what is going on. That's why I'd even say this whole agenda is even devilish. Okay? We're all being treated as this big mass. A Mass Effect, right? Game reference. We're literally being treated as a school of fish. We're not individuals anymore. We don't have our own preferences, our own tastes. Well, we do. You're just being told you don't have them. Don't let this happen to you. All right? I'm serious. And don't go ask Google who you are because, well, Google probably knows a lot more about you than you do, but get down with yourself. Seriously. Forget what society tells you to be. Forget the fake plastic cookie cutter mold that doesn't exist. Okay? Forget about all that. Just be yourself and be content with that. Be content where you are. You'll live a whole lot happier life, and you won't have to ask Google who you are.